everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Geekvolution Omnibus. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
It is Omnibus number 12, volume 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a year in comic books.
That's true, except, you know, more, like less than a year for us because we do them so often.
Well, we do them twice a week, so it's half a year for us.
Twice a month.
Yeah, sorry, twice a month. Twice a week would be insane.
Oh, well, and honestly, we've been doing it so long, I feel like, you know, now that we've gotten in the groove and we know what the show is, I feel like what we were going to do would have been insane. Because originally we were going to do the show weekly, and it ended up just being so much material, and we're so long-winded, we certainly couldn't have done it and work at our leisure the way we do, which I think is a lot of what makes the show what it is, and why we have so much fun doing it, and we have to kind of detox a little bit after each of them, and you did it weekly, and you just wouldn't have time to do that. By the time you get it all edited, it feels like it's time to turn right around and do it again. So anyway, welcome back to the Geekvolution Omnibus, everybody. Once again, we are in our new format, which worked swimmingly last time, and we'll continue doing it that way, where we have each segment as a separate video in a playlist, and if you would like to listen to the entire show as one big show, just let the playlist run. I have gotten complaints from some people that the playlist is hard to find, or they don't see it right away, and I'm doing everything I can to get it in front of people. So what I'm going to start doing is post it as a message socially to everybody on YouTube, which is a thing for a while I kept forgetting you could do, and I started doing that regularly, and I don't know why. I had this weird mental hang-up about this for a while, Eric, where I was like, it feels like I'm bothering people if I do it on YouTube. You know, like people complain about their feeds being saturated, and I think, well, if people are already with us on social media, on Facebook and Twitter, they expect messages, they want to see things from us, but if it's not a video on YouTube, for a while I was thinking like, it's going to irritate people, you know, if I post there. But people started complaining that they weren't getting memos when important things were happening, and I would make a video about it. And so now I've started posting every important message I put on Facebook and Twitter, not everything, but the important messages, to YouTube, and that's been going really well, and I get a lot more responses to things now, and we ended up with a whole lot more messages and questions for the letters pages today because of that. There's no way we'll get to them all, but anyway, so that's really cool. It's neat that people actually look at that and check it, and so I guess if you're not on our Facebook or Twitter, you will now be more apprised of things as long as you check your inbox on YouTube. Eric, let's talk about some stuff going on the channel right now, a little bit of house cleaning stuff before we get into the show proper. The first thing I wanted to mention is that Dan Torrey was supposed to be on the show tonight, and something came up and he wasn't able to make it. And something came up...
Typical Dan.
Well, and you know, it's funny, he's not apologetic, he doesn't have feelings, you know, he could have been nice about it.
He's like, I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
Period.
And what's weird is he always types in all caps. I don't know why he does that.
Okay,
and
that's how you type.
That's how I imagined him typing, honestly. No, it feels like I got a message from a gargoyle every time he sends something to me. No, I'm kidding. The joke is, Dan is the nicest person I know. Anyway, Dan felt really bad that he couldn't make it, or at least that's the story that he's giving me. He has no feelings, so no. I can't stop doing it. It turns into the joke again. No, something came up right away. Immediately after I posted telling everyone that he was going to be on the show, which I also posted to YouTube. See, if I hadn't posted that to YouTube, not as many people would have known about it. We got memes and GIFs and things from people immediately after I mentioned that Dan wasn't gonna make it with, like, you know, the Luke Skywalker no, and that kind of, like, people are, you know, really upset about it. So sorry folks, but like 5 minutes after I announced that, Dan's like, oh, by the way, I can't be there. So anyway, hopefully soon he'll be able to be on the show again. Dan is in law school, as a lot of folks know. He is on summer break right now, so he's got more time to do stuff. But never fear, because you will see Dan on the channel soon, assuming that he doesn't have to cancel this appointment. Dan and I are going to do a commentary this week on Spider-Man Homecoming. Nice. So look forward to that. That'll be out soon, and but that'll probably be the week after this week, because this coming week I'm going to put out a commentary that I did with Adam, my Treknado guy, on Stargate, the original Stargate movie, and I did a rewind on this a long time ago for Rewind United, back before we had the science fiction rewind imprint. And actually, when I repost that, I don't know if I'm going to post it as Science Fiction Rewind or as Rewind United, because it is a science fiction movie, but that imprint didn't exist yet, imprint, whatever you want to call it. And anyway, so I'm going to post the old Rewind as a Rewind reissue this week, and also this. So for the 15 people that would care about that, that's coming this week. We had a really fun time with this. Adam and I were both dreading it, because we both think this movie's kind of boring, and we didn't think we'd have anything to say. It was a lot more fun watching it together. Weirdly, this seems to be a group movie. You wouldn't think that.
That's a big crowd pleaser.
Kind of, I guess. But it occurred to me that I had never watched it with another person, except maybe Sarah. Maybe I watched it with my wife once. But
I've only watched Stargate exactly once, and I remember being really bored.
Every time I've ever tried to watch this by myself, I've fallen asleep. And including except for when I was taking notes for Rewind. I don't want anybody to think that I posted Rewind on a video or on a movie that I didn't watch all the way through, because I did do that. But
if you're wondering why that Rewind halfway through, he just doesn't have anything to say about the back half, just like nothing important happens in the back half of the movie.
It's this really important scene Captain Logan never brings up. It's the thematic crux of the entire piece. No, but I will admit to not having nodded off for a few minutes on this viewing, watching it not during the commentary, but watching it in preparation for the commentary. Then I watched it with Adam, and I had a completely different experience with it. It was really interesting. So anyway,
well, I talked to him afterwards, and he said the exact same thing. He's like, "Yeah, I watched it before we did this, and I was bored out of my mind, and then I had a really good time."
And it was a really good...
So it was mutual.
Yeah, it was a really good kind of sophomore outing for us for commentaries. I mean, we've done the Star Trek commentaries, but Adam and I are going to start regularly doing commentaries a couple times a month together. I miss having regular commentaries on the channel. Eric and I have been doing so much stuff with the Mania series that we haven't really had a lot of time lately to just sit down and do movies, although we should do one or two of those soon when we have a chance, Eric. A lot of people are asking for Incredibles. We should probably try to do that. We've been talking about that. But our time together is limited, obviously, because of the Omnibus and because we're working on Morphin Mania, which we don't want to get too far away from us, which, again, for folks that don't know, that's going to be every episode of Power Rangers going up from Mighty Morphin going all the way to RPM, and it's going to be 5 days a week starting in January, an hour a day, 3 Power Rangers episodes in a video, and we have already started. We've made 5 of those, and 4 of those 5 at the moment that we are recording right now are available on Patreon already. I haven't edited the 5th one yet, and Eric and I are doing those as often as humanly possible, so if you want to see those early and go ahead and get started on that with us, you can go to patreon.com/Geekvolution and pledge it, just $2 tier, and that will get you access to that. That has been so much fun.
Yeah.
I hope it remains as much fun as it has been, because that could end up being a slog, but we're going to keep it as lively and fun as humanly possible.
What happens when we get the turbo?
Yeah, we're having a great time with it.
We are.
So anyway, I wanted to mention the commentary thing, Stargate coming out this week, the newest episode of Superhero Rewind, I'll go ahead and announce now, hopefully this week. I don't want to promise anything because I'm in the middle of a lot of stuff, and I should mention that my wife and I are about to take a vacation of sorts this coming weekend because our anniversary is coming up, and our 10th wedding anniversary. I don't know where all that time went, but my wife and I have been married for 10 years, and we're going to take a weekend this week, so I'm going to try to get that done before we take our holiday, but obviously I will be indisposed over the weekend. I won't be able to work on it, so but that should come out this week. I'm going to go ahead and announce what that is. That's a new list video, and it's going to be my top 10 remake or reboot ideas for, I shouldn't say ideas because I'm not going to pitch with everything, but it's the superhero movies or superhero properties, IPs that I most think need to be remade or rebooted, and then at least 5 that I don't want to see remakes or reboots
Darkman's
of.
on there, right?
I thought of Darkman, and then I was like, I don't know what else you do with that.
You give him a villain.
Well, that's fair.
That's
no,
the biggest thing none of the Darkman films have is an equal villain.
My worry with a thing like that is, I want it to be Liam Neeson.
Sure.
And I don't know.
He'd come back. He'd do it.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if
Returns.
he's too old now. I don't think he is. I think he could do it. I think it'd look fine.
It would almost make more sense now that he's older.
Yeah, no, that's true. So then that would be a thing. And he was a guy that always looked older than he was, But he's one of those guys that, absolutely is distinguished with age, as he gets older.
Well, you know what that trailer looks like, right? You're like, well, that's Taken, but with Darkman.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, Darkman's family gets kidnapped. at some point, you just have to wonder if he's a bad parent. I'm thinking with Darkman, and this is why it didn't make my list. Although I haven't completely finished the list, so after this conversation, I guess it could, but I don't think it's going to. I wasn't going for. I don't think I have anything like this. I wasn't going for soft reboots. I was going for straight up reboots. Like Darkman, I would want to see come back in the same continuity. I wouldn't really want a remake of that, you know? So, like, I don't want to give too much away about what's going to be in my video, but for instance, like, The Crow is on the other list. The Crow is being remade. I'd rather it be set in the same universe, you know? Like, I don't mind another Crow movie, but I don't really see the point in starting over with that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Or even, you know, starting over in a different universe. Like, if it's not Draven, then what would be the point of rebooting? You might as well just say it's in the same continuity. I don't really see the point. Which is what they did with the previous 3 sequels. Yeah, absolutely. And now I'm saying that having not seen what they do with it, they could win me over on that idea.
If it ever gets made.
No, I think it's pretty far along now in pre-production, is it not? I think that's actually for sure happening.
That movie's almost been made like 15 times in the past 10 years.
No, I know, but like they have an actor now, and
I think they had an actor before.
Did they really?
No, this is one of those like it's about to get made movies, but like every year.
No, I know that, but it seems a lot more about to get made than it was before.
We'll see.
You know who that is, right?
Yeah, it's Aquaman.
It's Aquaman, yeah.
It's a weird pick. I think the Crow is like a slender dancer body.
I do too. I think that's a strange pick too. What that makes me hope is, these are all things you'll hear me say later. What I'm hoping is that I haven't written it yet. What I'm hoping is that they don't go 80s metal throwback with it. It needs to be updated. Yeah. It needs to be now, because that's a lineage, or it's sort of a legacy thing, right? Like, it's not really a legacy hero, but the idea is that there's a mythology that transcends time, and so and it goes with whatever it's like the mask, right? Like whatever the personality of the person is, that's what the Crow latches onto that. So it shouldn't look the same every time.
I have the same problem with that I do with this random horror movie I've never seen, but I saw the cover of once.
Yeah.
Which is a horror movie with Michael Jai White, where I'm like, well, I just don't believe you. I don't care what the killer is. I don't believe that he can scare Michael Jai White. He'll just beat him up. I have that with The Crow, where I'm like, that guy's huge. Why would anyone mess with him?
That's a really good point, yeah. Yeah, because it's supposed to be, the look and, the abilities that make him scary.
Yeah, like, I don't buy that anyone would mess with him to give him a tragedy. He's a scary-looking dude.
But then even when he comes back, like, he should be scary because of the way he comes back, not because of he's already physically imposing. Yeah.
What if he slimmed down? Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be really interesting. Where you had, like, the reverse of Bane.
Yeah.
The reverse of Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Or you had the, whatchamacallit, whoever played Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale
just goes back and forth.
Yo-yos.
But that guy seems to just be naturally enormous, you know?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Even if he slimmed down to his, absolute slimmest, the man's still big-boned and, like, 18 feet tall.
Yep.
So anyway, what else do I want to mention? So our next Patreon goal, as I mentioned last time, we haven't gotten there yet quite. Top 50 performances rewind is what I'm going to do when we get to the $550 goal, and that's of course another list video. I'm really excited to do that. I'm hoping we can get there soon so I can do that. Last week I posted the old top 50 casting choices video, because I didn't. So people have asked me to repost this for years. Did I tell you about this?
No.
DJ had a copy of the file. I had lost the file.
Wow.
It was gone. I mentioned on the Captain Logan show last week that, because somebody brought it up again, I think, and I was talking about, I was plugging this, and I was talking about what this video would be versus the old one, and that it would be performances instead of casting choices, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to, because people keep asking about it, I'd love to repost it. I mean, not really, because I'm kind of embarrassed by that video. It's not great. Somebody in the comments was like, this is cringeworthy, and I very seriously considered writing, yes, it is.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. But, if you want to see where it came from, where we are now, take a look, So, my goal with the next video is to beat that one. And,
that doesn't sound hard.
The standards are a little bit in the floor. I think we'll make it. But anyway, so, DJ comes back after the show and sends me a message, and he's like, oh yeah, I've got the audio for that. He said, I don't have the video. I said, well, that's okay. I'm not going to post the video. Like I'm posting these as audio files now. And he says, well, what I always used to do, and DJ's been with us since the beginning. He said, what I always used to do is I would go to, when you'd post a rewind, I would rip the MP3s, and I would put them on my phone or whatever and listen to them.
Yeah, I've done that.
He kept every file.
Oh.
He had them all.
Wow.
It's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I could find myself needing to, avail myself of his help again, because I think I have everything else, but that was the one video that I could not find. My copy was gone, the source file. So anyway, that was super cool at DJ, so thanks a lot, buddy. And so now people can listen to that. I'm not going to, because it's awful, but or at least bits of it are awful. Some of those choices are really strange. And, there's just some early year, oh yeah, Captain Logan hasn't really watched enough of these and watched them enough times, you know what I mean? But anyway, so help us get there. Just pledge $2 a month at Patreon if you are so inclined. So many cool perks at Patreon. Eric and I do a twice monthly show called Geekvolution After Dark. We just made it's uncensored. It's an hour. We talk about all kinds of fun, crazy topics and things that we wouldn't usually talk about on the channel. We booze it up a little bit. We get real light and silly, and it's a lot of fun. Last time we played Zombies Ate My Neighbors. We've been talking a while about doing video game playthroughs on After Dark, and then things kind of changed with all the things we're doing, and we started doing
that was before we did, that was before we did the paid requests.
And that was before paid requests.
Yeah.
And so we have more on our plate now, so we decided, well, we do still want to do that, and we said we would do some of that, but we're going to do it either in place of After Dark or as part of an After Dark. And so we will still do some of those sometimes, but we just felt like it was not a thing we could add to our plate as like a whole other show. But every now and again, we may do just an hour playthrough.
Yeah.
Not sure yet about what we're gonna do with Telltale Batman, because some folks have asked about that. We did one episode and we want to finish it, but we just have not found the time yet. So we will try to get that done. Let me know if that's a thing. If that's the thing you guys really want to see. I haven't heard anybody mention it in a while. But if there's a ton of interest, we'll get to it when we can. But it may be kind of slow going. $20 tier, you can make a request for something for us to talk about here on the Geekvolution Omnibus. We are limiting that now to one a month per person because we get so many of these now. So even if you pledge more, and we sure appreciate folks that pledge more, you guys are amazing, but we can only promise one review a month, and then at the $50 tier, you can request a rewind, and I'll put that in the queue. That's all the major stuff I want to mention. Also, I hate to announce this, it's really sad, we are canceling Who Reviews the Reviewers.
I meant to ask you about that.
We did not get enough responses from the last challenge, and it's once again a thing we announced before we started streamlining some things on the channel. So, like, I would love to keep doing it, but if there's not enough interest with people, wanting to make videos, it's a thing I really can't.
So congratulations, guy that won last time. You're the winner of the whole.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to the 3 or 4 people that submitted videos last time. I will try to. I haven't even gotten around to watch them. I've been so busy. I will try to watch them and give you some feedback. I just cannot commit to that show if we're only going to have 3 or 4 people. With a challenge where we're only picking three videos to begin with. So anyway, what that tells me is that folks miss the old format, A, and B, that the copyright issue has killed us on that.
Yeah.
Because I think if we hadn't had that caveat, a lot more people would have
probably right.
come to the table on it. And I completely sympathize. That's a really tough thing to ask people to do.
Yeah.
What do you put on screen? How do you keep it entertaining? How do you keep it light and moving and the editing tight and all of that? So anyway, I hate to announce that. Sorry about that. It's really sad. That's not to say that it will never come back in some form, but it will be called Season 5 again, because that season kind of crashed and burned and didn't end up happening. And man, I hate that. I'm almost embarrassed about it. Announcing a thing and then having to shut it down like that. But it just didn't work out. So anyway, the last thing real quick with announcements that I want to mention is, Eric, did you know that next year is Geekvolution's 10th anniversary?
I did not.
It is our 10th anniversary, and I want to do some really cool, fun things next year to celebrate, and I'm taking requests right now. Let me know if there's a cool idea you have for something we can do next year to celebrate the anniversary. I want to do some things all throughout the year.
Get ready for Geekvolution Mania, where we rewatch all of the Geekvolution videos.
That's hilarious.
That's a terrible idea. I won't do it.
I have an idea or two.
I won't do it.
I'm not going to announce what those are yet, but there are there are lots of cool things we could do, Eric. We could do more theme shows for the Omnibus. We could do theme months. We can do special things that people have always wanted to see us talk about that we haven't talked about. I don't know what yet, but if folks that just have really cool ideas, let me know. Leave comments and let us know what you'd like to see us do for the anniversary. Eric, it's time to go on now to trivia, and today we're going to take another quiz from funtrivia.com. And we're going to take a Deadpool quiz. We're going to take a Deadpool comics quiz.
I probably won't do great on this.
I don't think I'll do great on this either. It's been a long time since I've read any Deadpool, but it looks like most of this is really early stuff. A lot of Joe Kelly.
Okay.
So should be things that rack on our brains for stuff we've at least looked at before, I would imagine. And I'm looking for a date on this. I don't know when this came out, but yeah, it looks like nothing from this is from after the year 2003. So
nice.
It will be things that we have heard of at the very least.
At most, it's the beginning of Deadpool Cable.
Yeah. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
10 questions. Let's see how it goes. This is difficulty on this is toggled at tough. So we'll see how we do. Before becoming Deadpool, the mercenary killed an innocent woman. What was her name? Mercedes, Heather, Jean, or Skye? That I don't remember right off.
I want to say Mercedes. I don't know
been
why.
So long. I was gonna say Heather. That's a name that's important. That and I don't remember. Oh, I think I'm right. I think I'm right about
go
that.
Heather.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Can I try that?
It's Mercedes.
I think I'm right because then I guess I'm wrong and you're right. Yeah. Deadpool had cancer, which made him volunteer for the Weapon X program. True or false?
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
What odds? I just thought I'd let you answer this time. What odds did Deadpool have in the Deadpool? 1,000 to 1, 1,000,000 to 1, 100 to 1, or 6 to 1.
It's 1,000,000 to 1, right?
That's not ringing a bell. I don't remember right off.
Okay.
So let's try that. Oh, interesting. In the video game Marvel Ultimate Alliance, why did Deadpool stab Weasel in the leg? Did you play that?
I did.
Oh, because I didn't. I have a copy. I never played it.
It's one of the ones I want to do to play through.
Yeah.
Because it's just a run around. Overhead, beat 'em up kind of
I
game.
need to get another copy because I have it on Wii and I don't want to play it that way.
No, you shouldn't play it that way.
Weasel wanted the last root beer, he wanted the last cheesy puff, he wanted the last slice of pizza, or he wanted Yankees tickets.
Yeah, that's not ringing a bell. And one of the things that's cool about that game is different characters have responses with other characters. So, like, if you have Deadpool in your party and you meet Weasel, they have a back and forth. If he's not in your party, there's no back and forth.
Oh, cool.
Different characters have different interactions with other NPCs.
I'm just impressed he's in that game.
That's the beginning of it. That is the beginning of Deadpool's popularity. Like, mainstream popularity is that game.
Is him in that game?
Yeah.
I didn't know
that game followed by Hulk versus Wolverine. Those were the two big ones that put him into the mainstream.
Which is weird, because in my head, that's not that long ago.
I know.
But it is, yeah. I'm headed between cheesy puff and pizza.
I was thinking pizza or root beer, so let's go pizza.
Let's go pizza then, yeah. What is the box filled with? Do you remember the box? Joe Kelly? The box.
He keeps it in his house.
It's the torture chamber that he puts Blind out.
Yeah.
Guns, sharp objects, swords, or triples.
It's sharp objects, right?
It's sharp objects, yeah.
Swords are sharp objects.
Swords are, but I think just less specifically, other sorts of sharp objects, which could include swords. Deadpool's friend Blind Al is obviously blind. What is the name of her guide dog that Deadpool gives her as a present? Oh, I forgot about that. All this stuff is just coming back to me now. Devil, Pack of Guts, Slobber Bag, or Deuce. I think it's...
Bag? Is it Deuce?
I think it's Deuce.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if I'm right about it. It's been a long time since I've read these comics. This is making me want to...
longer for me.
This is making me want to go back, though. It wasn't even my thing, but in its way, I loved it. With which other character did Deadpool share a comic title starting in 2004? Cable, yeah. In order to be attacked by Wolverine, Deadpool uppercut which X-Man?
It's either Kitty Pryde or Jubilee.
Well, I'm going to say Kitty Pryde because Jubilee's not in the list.
Okay, that's Kitty Pryde.
Colossus, Nightcrawler, Beast, or Kitty Pryde.
Yeah,
if you're sure it's a girl, then it's Kitty Pryde.
Because he does the Street Fighter, the Shoryuken.
Does he really?
Yeah.
When he's not home, Deadpool can often be seen at this hangout of mercenaries. T-Ray's Grill, the Hot House, the Hell House, or the Gun Shack. Is it Hell House?
I think so. Because T-Ray is someone in the bar, but he's not. He doesn't run the bar.
I don't even remember that.
He's that guy with the Band-Aid on his nose. It's like kind of like an arch nemesis for a bit.
That's right, I forgot about that.
I kept waiting for him to show up in one of the movies.
The second time Deadpool died, at least 4 other Deadpools appeared. The insane one could only utter the phrase, "I want a puppy, I'd like to buy a vowel, what does that do," or "no pickles." I don't remember this.
I don't either.
Right off. I remember there were multiple Deadpools.
I want to go with no pickles because that one seems to be the most random. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. I really doubt that's it, though. I think it's more likely to be "I want a puppy." But, we'll go with yours. Okay, so we'll submit our answers. Even before we know what our answers are, or if, what we got right, that's a really good quiz.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You were right. It was Mercedes.
Ha!
Well done. 1,000 to 1.
It's only 1,000? I thought it would be the most the biggest number.
Cancer is why he went to Weapon X, as we all know. Weasel wanted the last cheesy puff.
Okay.
Sharp Objects, Do Some Right About, Cable, K-Pride, Hell House, and you were right about no pickles. Well done. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Never could have imagined
That's the most random one.
Dude, we got 7 out of 10. And that's pretty darn good, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that 7 out of 10 with what we answered?
Yeah.
So we would have gotten 8 if we went with Mercedes.
We would have, yeah. That's on me.
That's not bad, though.
No, it's not. Heather is something.
Yeah?
I don't know who that is right off, but I know that's character that matters in that book. It's just been too long since I've read it. It's been probably 5 or 6 years now. But anyway, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. No fan art today. I asked for fan art too late this time, so if we get a good piece of fan art while we're making the show, and there is a lot of time for that to happen, we will put it in at the very end. So right now, we're going to go on to our next segment, which means jumping to a new video, and we're going to do new acquisitions. Everybody ready? Stick with us right here through the break, and we'll see you in just a second.